Okay, guys, we are in the unit that we talked about of linear lines or linear formations, 3 different linear equations, forms of linear equations that we're going to use. So the first one we're going to talk about, and this should be review from 7th grade, is we're going to talk about slope-intercept form. So we call this slope-intercept form. And that is the form y equals mx plus b, which I'm sure that you've heard before. But just to review, slope-intercept form, where we know that m is the slope. Remember, again, the slope is rise over run. How much it changed. How much did it go up? How much did it go over? And b is the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. Sorry about that. Or where the table is 0, where it intersects, okay? So again, slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, which I know you guys have talked about before. So we are going to do some things with graphing, with finding the slope. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the slope. And there's a couple ways that they're going to give us to find the slope. So if we have to find the slope from what we call 2 points, or an ordered pair, so -1, 2, and 7, -2. I need to find the slope between these points. Okay? So we're going to label these x1, y1, x2, y2. And we know when we do slope, it's the change in y over the change in x. Okay? The change in y over the change in x. So I like to do it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you can just subtract them, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. The y's just have to go on top. So if I do it my way, -2 minus 2 all over 7 minus -1. And again, it does not matter which way you do it, and I'll show you. So -2 minus 2 I know is -4. 7 minus -1 turns into positive, so it's -4 over 8, which is -1/2. So my slope of these 2 points is -1/2. Let's try another one. 1, 3. Whoops. Sorry guys, this is my new tool I'm just using. -1, 6. Again, the y goes on top over the change in x. So we can do it the other way. 3 minus 6, 1 minus -1. 3 minus 6 we know is -3. 1 minus -1 turns into a positive. So my slope here is -3 over 2. Again, the change in the y over the change in the x. Okay? Now, let's find the slope from a graph. Not the one I want, sorry. Let me just try to find the one I want. I can use this. This will be fine. Okay, so here's my x and y axis. Man, oh man. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, make a dot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so here's my line. Remember, we find the slope, it's rise over run. So it's always y over x. So how much we go up or down, and then how much we go to the right. And again, remember, you always start at the leftmost point. So I'm going to start here. Obviously, I'm going down. This is a decreasing line. I'm going down to get to my next point. So I'm going down 1, 2, so down 2 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -2 over 4, which is -1/2, is my slope. Okay, let's try another one. I'll try to make my lines a little nicer. Okay, let's put a dot right there. One right there. Okay, start at my leftmost point again. This time I know it's an increasing line, so I'm going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 5/4. And hopefully, again, like this is review, like I'm saying before. All right, now my next thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to identify and then graph it. So here's my equation. Okay, let's identify the slope. Well, I know the slope here is -3, and I know that my y-intercept, or my b, is 9. So I want you to graph that. Y equals -3x plus 9. So if I go to graph that, erase this. Let's see, y equals -3x plus 9. I'll write it down here. Okay, I'm going to draw my x and y axis. Okay, where do I start? I start at the y-intercept. Again, that's my line on my y-axis. So I'm going to go up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to put a dot. That's my y-intercept. Now my slope is telling me -3. Remember, there's a 1 in there, so it's -3/1. So it's telling me I go down 3 to the right 1. 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. I can go again, down 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. So here, whoops, sorry about that. I drew my line that goes along with y equals -3x plus 9. Now, what if they tried to trick us and give us something like this? y minus 4 equals, 3x, whoopsie, y minus 4, got my lines all over the place, sorry guys, 3, oh my goodness gracious, y minus 4, and then 3x plus 2. Well, this is not in the form y equals mx plus b, so we need to put it. What's standing in our way? Well, this -4 needs to get out of here, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So now I have y equals 3x plus 6. That is my new equation. Y equals 3x plus 6. So I know that my slope is 3 and my y-intercept is 6. Okay, so let me try to go to this next slide. Okay, so now I have my x and y axis. Mine is y equals 3x plus 6, so it starts at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top up there. Can't really see my dot, can you? Let's make it a little bit, zoom it out. Okay, and then my slope is 3/1, so I'm going to go up 3. Zoom in a little bit more. 1, 2, 3/1. And it goes off my paper, so I can go the other way. Down 1, 2, 3 to the left 1. That's how I'm going to find my other dot back there. And there is my line. Not very pretty. So, now I have one more that I just want you to solve with me. So let's say I had the y plus x equals -3. Now again, that's not in y-intercept form. In order to graph it, I need to put it in y-intercept form. So we need y to be by itself. So what's standing in the way of y? It's a positive x. So I'm going to subtract x to both sides. So y equals. Now, this does not become 3x because these are not like terms. Okay, so we need to make them, we just write them as they are. -x minus 3. So y equals -x minus 3. So my slope is -1 and my y-intercept is -3. So if I were to graph this, I would start at -3, go down 1 to the right 1. Now you may see a couple special cases. Let's say you had the line and all you had was y equals 4. Well, I don't have a slope here. I just have like a y-intercept. So y equals 4. Well, where's y is 4? So if I go where y is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is 4 right here. Y is also 4 here. That's just x is 1, y is 4. Y is also 4 here. So this y equals 4 is a horizontal line. And every one of these dots, the y value is 4. The x might change, but every single one of these dots is still at y equals 4. So that's a special case. That's how you'd graph y equals 4. Now I want you to graph x equals 4. So where on my line would x equal 4? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I know x is 4 right here. So my line is going to be a vertical line because every single one of these spots, x is going to be 4. And I know it should seem like x is horizontal because we go right and left for the x-axis, but it's actually opposite. Every one of these values right here, x is 4. Your y might change, but x is always 4. So when x equals 4, you're going to have a vertical line. And like I said before, when y equals 4, you're going to have a horizontal line. So again, this is just a version of y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form, which we should have done last year. So I wanted this to be a review for you guys as for the first form that we do before we get into two forms that we maybe not be familiar with.